Welcome to Mueller Time, episode 22.
Good evening.
What's up, brother?
How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing pretty well.
All right.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but maybe it was the 30 minutes we just were talking about unrelated Mueller stuff.
It's all related, but yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is all related. So on Sunday, President Donald J. Trump, a phrase that I still haven't gotten used to saying,
Comrade in chief.
Yeah. It was a momentous day. By the way, Sunday was what I read was the 44th anniversary of one of the biggest moments during Watergate.
Okay.
It was when, I believe the tapes came out. I'll have to check on that. The point being that Trump admitted for the first time to a crime. He admitted to a crime on Twitter.
Yeah, but then his lawyer goes on TV and says, that's not a crime.
Oh, Jay Sekulow.
Oh, yeah, and Giuliani.
Oh, I can't keep track.
Yeah. Yeah, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
No. Yeah, he admitted to a crime. He also, at the same time, threw his son under the bus.
His wonderful son.
You could...
My wonderful son.
Yeah, his 40-year-old son. It's amazing the double standard there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his 40-year-old son threw him under the bus.
Yeah, and then he committed witness tampering out in the open.
Right, Hope Hicks, right?
Hope Hicks is back.
Right, for some unknown reason, Hope Hicks was seen on a plane with him, and then the tweet came out afterwards.
I don't remember which White House reporter said this on Twitter, but Hope Hicks was seen departing the front steps, the steps that the First Lady and the President go down, where the staffers and press always go down the back steps of Air Force One. Well, no, Hope Hicks, for her witness tampering session, got to use the front steps.
The front steps.
Yes.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't expect that on a Sunday. I really didn't. I guess Mueller never gets to take a day off at all, does he?
Oh, he's gonna earn his days off. He's earning it, man. Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, after this whole thing is over, that guy the taxpayers, we should pay for a damn vacation wherever that guy wants to go.
Oh, look, he gets a nice salary. He's going to have a very nice vacation. We don't have to worry about it. You don't need to start a Mueller GoFundMe.
Yeah, right.
Mueller vacation GoFundMe.
But we owe him, even with what's happened up until right now, even just stopping right here today, we owe him, everyone owes him a debt of gratitude. I mean, I know he looks at it as a public servant, but the man is a god.
You know, we've had some weeks when we start recording the Mueller Time podcast where I've just felt like it's never going to happen and Trump is just going to be president forever. But wow, the past few weeks, he's just been kicking own goal after own goal, giving Mueller everything he needs. And this weekend especially, and you just ran down all of it. My point is, my confidence is getting back up that Trump's going to go down.
Yeah. I've been wanting to play this clip for a while. This is the perfect time. This is just a clip from The Departed, the Martin Scorsese film that I really feel symbolizes what happened on Sunday when what he did to his own son. Okay, here it is.
You're an FBI informant? Are you fucking kidding me?
Grow up. Of course I talk to the FBI.
Do they know who I am?
I never gave up anybody who wasn't going down anyway.
Do they know about me?
I know about you, Collie. You know I'd never give you up. You're like
a son?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about that scene almost since this started.
Do they know about me?
Yeah, and it's so great because the way, I mean, it's a podcast so you can't see it, but everyone's seen the movie. And Jack, it's so obvious that of course they know about him, that he's told the FBI all about him. And do they know about me?
Never going to give you up.
Yeah, no.
Rickrolled.
Yeah. Shoot, Jack treated him better actually than the reverse.
Yeah, well, Don Jr.
You know what's crazy? I've always been thinking about this. Don Jr., he's not a man, but if he was, he could turn this around. He could become the biggest hero if he was to flip on his own father.
Well, you know, everyone was saying the same thing about Ivanka. She could do the same thing too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something about Don though, the way that the way he took the brunt of his father's rage. I mean, I've read those stories about what Trump did to him. And everybody has. And if he could imagine if he flipped, he could have a life. He could, for the first time, he could actually be a man, because he's not a man because he's never lived his own life.
Yeah. He hasn't had to.
Nothing.
No.
But of course he won't because he's a moron.
And then he's got the inferiority complex because Ivanka is daddy's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Paul Manafort trial. By the way, another bus. If you heard that bus flying over.
Yeah, dude, your ostrich jacket, that thing is so fly.
Yeah, if you did see those tire tracks on Paul Manafort's face, that was from the bus that Rick Gates drove.
Oh yeah, Rick Gates just oof.
You know, I don't understand why these trials aren't. This trial should be televised.
Yeah, someone gave it a good. Well, I don't know if it's good, but who on MSNBC was talking about why this one is not televised?
Did they really?
Yeah, I think Ari Melber had someone on last week talking about it. He was filling in for Rachel all last week. She's been on vacation.
So what did he say?
I don't remember. I'm not prepared.
No,
Sorry.
I'm just curious.
Look, we're seeing all the sketches. Something about the level of court that it's in, maybe. I don't know. I'm speculating at this point, and that's not a safe thing to do. When I don't know the facts, so I'm not going to speculate.
No, you could be president.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I get it if you're right. I get it if there's a national security thing, but I'm just honestly curious. I feel like that's probably at the judge's discretion, and this judge sounds like a little bit of a character, to say the least. So I don't know why, but this is a historic trial.
I don't know what. Maybe it has something to do with protecting the Mueller investigation.
No, you absolutely could be right, and if that's it, then I'm wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But so yeah, today, well, in the last couple. So Rick Gates, who was Paul Manafort's right-hand man, testified against him. You know, and actually, even before that, as has been evidenced, and you guys already know about, this is a paper trial. So everything's on paper. Paul Manafort signed fake tax returns and this and that. They got the account. So even without Rick Gates, Paul Manafort his goose is cooked.
All right. So Rick Gates, though, he was stating that he was committing these crimes with Manafort. So does that mean Rick Gates has some sort of immunity? Is that what's going on with him?
Yeah, no, he has a deal with them.
Did we know this before he took the witness stand? I guess we did know that because he was named as one of the prosecution witnesses.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what his deal is with them, but basically, as long as he does what he's supposed to do, he's going to get a real sweetheart deal.
Canary sang today.
And so Manafort's lawyers are going to use that. They were saying that one of the reasons they might not put Gates on the stand is Manafort's lawyers are going to, what you exactly just said, they're going to use that. Well, you know, Mr. Gates, why are you testifying here? You know, because you're a crook, right? But basically what the experts were saying was it doesn't matter because it's all there on paper anyway. Signing fake, you know, lying on your loan applications while you need the money, which begs the larger question, which we've mentioned numerous times on this podcast. Why is Paul Manafort letting this go to trial?
Oh, that is a good question.
It's all on paper, and he knows that. By the way, Paul Manafort is obviously, he's a smart guy. He's actually a lawyer. He went to Georgetown Law. Okay. He knows how bad this is.
Well, is this better than maybe having to pay off the debts that has he paid off his debts to the oligarchs yet?
Well, maybe it's better than getting a dose of a Novichok.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what this is about.
Okay.
But it makes you wonder what Rick Gates didn't make the same decision. And he's all mixed up.
Now, is Rick Gates, he's walking free. He's sleeping in his own bed tonight, right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Well, maybe he wants to go check in anonymously to a hotel for a little while somewhere.
If I were Rick Gates, I wouldn't, upon the end of this and after he serves his time, I wouldn't exactly, get a talk show or something.
No.
I wouldn't come to Hollywood.
How long is the Manafort trial supposed to end? When are we going to get a verdict? Do we know that?
We don't know, but I think they said the Manafort trial is going to last about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. So we still got a couple more weeks.
Right. And it's been going on for about 1 week?
Yeah. It started a week ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, really fascinating. I mean, the campaign, by the way, he's the campaign manager. They keep using terms like campaign chairman. Folks, he's the campaign manager of the President of the United States.
For the bulk of the campaign, one of the things that it just rubs me the wrong way is, of course, Trump wants to downplay it, but you'll find statements where they'll say Manafort was only with the campaign for a short period of time. Well, no, he was with them through the whole meat of the summer of 2016.
Yeah, what do they mean a short period of time? Most elections in other countries are like a month.
Short period of time is a very favorite phrase of Trump's. Listen for it. He says it all the time, and it's always vague, and it's always in place of something that's not true. But no, well, in this case, perfect case. Paul Manafort was only with the campaign for a short period of time. Well, that short period of time included the convention.
Yeah.
But then Kellyanne Conway, who replaced him, she takes all the credit. Like, she won the whole thing. When all that was going on, she was campaigning for Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Calgary Ted.
I think one thing, if I was giving anyone advice who was involved in this, don't take credit for anything that happened.
Yeah.
Or an investigator might be knocking on your door. Watch out. That's funny, though, because you're right. These guys all were taking credit. Watch how fast it's going to be like the opposite.
Oh, of course.
Like, especially with the digital campaign and all these like mopes like Kushner and Brad Parscale. Watch how fast they're like, it was actually, I don't even know how to use a computer. I don't even.
That's what's coming.
I was actually all the other guy. It was all the other guy.
Yeah. Dude, Parscale, that dude's going to jail. He had to have been giving up stuff to the Russians.
Dude, when that guy gets it, I'm almost going to be happier than when I see like Junior get it.
I mean, he had to be the one saying, no, well, this is what you need to know about U.S. geography. And this is like, the Russian spies are obviously awesome at being spies.
Yeah.
But they need someone on the inside to actually tell them, all right, well, this is how you're going to know what voters live in what counties. And someone on Trump's campaign had to be giving that information to decide who to target with all this data.
I think that
That was Parscale.
yeah, I mean, I think Jared probably had a bulk of that too, because he was technically the boss. But you're right. I think that Parscale followed orders.
Well, yeah, no, Parscale was the guy who actually did the
You're right.
work.
He was the digital. He was the guy in the office.
Yeah, that dude's he needs to go down.
Yeah, he will. Yeah. The problem with being the
Un-American.
Yeah, tell me about
He's
it.
a traitor. They're all traitors.
Yeah, like that photo of that couple. I mean, not a couple, but maybe they are a couple. I don't know. But those two guys in Ohio with the shirt.
Oh, I mean, come on.
I'd rather be Russian.
Now, do you follow a Twitter account, Julia Davis?
I don't.
You should follow Julia Davis. She, I don't know exactly what her deal is, but what she does is she takes the best pieces of stuff that happens on Russian state television, and she will translate them and say and point out what's going on. This is
cool.
And she's awesome. Julia Davis. I will put her Twitter link on the Mueller Time Facebook group page, because you should all follow Julia Davis. Well, so today, she had a clip of Russians that actually had the physical T-shirts. The I'd rather be Russian than Democrat T-shirts.
Nice.
on a Russian television show.
Wow.
So how did these guys in Ohio get these shirts? And they're also already now in Russia. What's going on?
Yeah. I got to I got to change gears just for a sec on the whole gun issue in this country. You kind of hear this. This is a Australian. Is a comedian named Damien Power, who I guess is one of the cast members on a show called Tonightly with Tom Ballard. And this was
This is an Australian show.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Not one I'm familiar with, but it's on an ABC over there.
Okay, it sounds like a Daily Show type show.
Yeah,
okay.
That's exactly. So this is, I don't think this was on the show, but this is something they put together outside. This is a commercial for Australian tourism. It's fucking brilliant.
This is Australia. Beautiful, majestic, with its gorgeous beaches, lush rainforests, stunning deserts and snowfields. And I know what you're thinking. We've got all those in America. That's true. But in our ones, you won't get shot.
How brilliant is that? How brilliant is that?
It's not funny, and I'm laughing at it.
Because it's fucking brilliant. Like,
Australia only recently became a not getting shot destination. For years we had relaxed gun control and heaps of mass shootings.
they go on and on. It's just
that's so
good.
Right. It's so right.
It's amazing. That should win. I don't know what kind of awards they have over there. It's fucking.
So it wasn't really worth visiting Australia because it was pretty much the same as the US.
All right. Anyway, you get the idea, and then they really go serious. I mean, he explains
what. Okay, it's the Tonightly show.
Tonightly with Tom Ballard.
Okay, I gotta look that up on YouTube.
Yeah. But this guy's name is Damien Power, and there's some other writers credited on there too. And I just want to say, speaking as a comedy writer, that's how you do it. Mm-hmm. Just fucking brilliant. It's fucking hilarious. Totally makes us look like assholes, which this country is with the guns. Just so brilliant, and it's true. They solved their problem because they're obviously more logical than over here.
They grabbed those guns in Australia.
I mean, just incredible. And you know what else? Even on a bigger level, it actually works as a tourism thing. Like really, like I saw that and I was like,
that's a genius marketing line.
I actually was like, if I did have to move, if this Russian shit really goes down, that would be.
It's got to be Crocodile Dundee's new catchphrase.
It's beautiful. We speak the language. I mean, that's the spot. and
with less guns. Or no gun. No, what do you say? We're a gun-free destination.
Yeah. Yes. So we do know that from looking at our statistics that the show has a fairly large fan base over there.
Oh, we got some Australian listeners.
They're in the top 3 countries.
All right.
So if we do have to get out of here, we know we have a place to go. Wow, that is just so good. Yeah.
Wow, that is funny. I'm looking up the Tonightly show.
Tonightly with Tom Ballard. All right. So keeping it rolling, the ICE thing is still going on with the kids, and
it's still going on.
Yeah,
their kids are still separated.
Yeah. So this is one of ICE's top guys. His name is Matthew Albence. This is him testifying about how things are going over there in the internment camps.
With regard to the FRCs, I think the best way to describe them is to be more like a summer camp.
Okay, first of all, FRCs?
No fucking clue. I don't know. What is it? Seriously.
It's not a summer camp. I know that.
Yeah, I was distracted by the summer camp part.
Are the FRCs, are those the refugees?
You know, man, I can't get over the summer camp line.
Yeah. That's no summer camp.
I mean, he actually, it's just amazing. Listen to this.
These individuals have access to 24/7 food and water.
Did you hear that, Chris?
Access to 24/7 food.
Wow.
I don't necessarily believe that because all the stories I've been reading, of course I can't quote any verbatim right now, but I keep hearing about inedible meat that is worse than what's served to actual real criminal prisoners.
I mean, I like 24/7 food. How do I get to hang out in one of these places? Dude, what's Matthew Albence's phone number? Seriously, can you fucking believe this guy?
They have educational opportunities.
Oh, wow.
Do they?
I can go to college in the concentration camp? That's fantastic. Wait, Matthew, show them what else they've won.
Oh, no.
They have recreational opportunities.
Oh, cool. I can play, I can walk around my cage? You fucking believe these people?
Wow.
This is how comedies are born. I mean, absurd, Dr. Strangelove shows, but this is how they're born. Because of people like this actually exist.
Does he say anything about the drugs they're pumping into these kids?
Well, let's find out.
Both structured as well as...
No, I don't think there's any drug talk coming.
Well, he might sugarcoat it as great medical attention we're giving them. No, these kids are the kids that are getting reunited or have been pumped full of so many drugs they don't recognize their parents anymore.
Well, there's a report that has been semi-confirmed. I don't want to say it's fully confirmed that so a child after leaving one of these facilities, it was reunited. The child was reunited with some relative here. The child died about a week later, and of course everyone's arguing, but the child was healthy before it went into the concentration camp.
Of course.
So I'm sure what happened was it caught some kind of disease in there, which would make sense.
Of course.
And it just made me think about, the Nazis and what happened to the kids. Yeah. That's how a lot of the kids died in those concentration camps in World War II. Mm-hmm. Just, disease. And it's just,
yeah. But Hillary's running a sex ring for children out of a pizza place in D.C. Come on. It's really happening at the border in these concentration camps.
Oh, man.
It's real.
So I got to get to this, not to make this the clip show or anything, but so our favorite Twitter user, R. Schooley, he brought to my attention that NRA TV, despite the fact that we're now discovering that the NRA has a massive affiliation with Russia and a spy named Maria Butina, they have failed to remove some of the clips involving Maria Butina that are on the fucking website.
Oh, I didn't hear about this yet.
So, why don't we enjoy this little interview here for a sec? You're going to love this.
Thursday night I was out at the NRA.
Dude, this is
do we know who this is?
Okay, so this guy's some mope that I've never heard of, but he's interviewing Katie Pavlich or Pavlich, you know, from Fox News. She's a Fox contributor. So these two fucking mopes, by the way, this is still up on the website. They're talking about how great Maria.
When was this recorded originally?
The date I'm not sure about, but it's not that long ago. It's maybe like a year and a half.
Sometime in the past calendar year. Okay.
Yeah, it's recently.
Last year.
Foundation banquet, and I had the opportunity just to meet briefly Maria Butina.
Oh, did you? Did you mope?
The woman that you had a chance to interview and talk about and talk with from Russia, who's working on the right to
From Russia.
Oh, from Russia. It's okay. Yeah, she's from Russia. Yeah.
keep her arms. And I'm hopefully we'll be able to get her on the program. But I got.
You know, I don't think you will, bud. I think she's a little tired of right now.
Yeah. She's a little busy.
Yeah, she's.
Say I really, really enjoyed your talk with her.
Did you, bud?
Oh, thank you. She was.
Sorry. Oh, my bad.
All right, so this is Katie Pavlich. Now,
I met her at the next day after that banquet when you met her at the NRA annual Ladies Leadership Luncheon.
God, how fucking terrible does that sound?
The NRA Leadership Luncheon inviting Russian spies.
Chris, the Ladies Leadership Luncheon.
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
Empowering women.
And she was there at my table as a guest of Sandy Froman, who, of course, is a former president.
She just rambles on about these fucking, like, douchebags who...
Well, every name she thinks she's dropping. Wow.
And I met with David Keene a couple of weeks ago to talk about some things, and he mentioned Maria, and I really wanted to, catch up with her and sit down and talk to her while I was at the NRA meetings. And I got the chance to do it, and it was a fascinating conversation.
This kind of goes on and on for a while.
Okay, well, here's something that you have to wonder about this now.
Yeah.
This NRA mope and Katie Pavlich, talking head, sometimes seen on Fox, they're all excited about Maria Butina. Now, when they're doing this, we don't necessarily know who she is yet. They're telling us she's a Russian. Well, why are they so excited to have her at all the Ladies Who Luncheons events? Now, are we to understand that Katie Pavlich and the NRA mope are not saying this on the air, but they know that their fellow conservative friends have had their pockets lined by Maria Butina and her oligarchs?
Yeah.
This is long after they paid for these fabulous trips to Moscow for Sheriff Clark. And we know that Maria Butina was getting money to people like the NRA. Well, the NRA mope is going to know that. Is the Fox News mope going to know that? Of course they're excited about talking to this Russian woman.
Just want to show a little respect to it's David A. Clark Jr.
Sheriff. Former sheriff.
Sheriff.
Yes.
Just want to show the proper respect to Sheriff David A. Clark Jr.
I just said Sheriff Clark, right? Junior?
I don't know.
He's a junior, right? Okay.
That name has just always made me laugh because he clearly wants his name to stand out. So he puts his middle initial and the junior.
Yeah. And the sheriff.
Yeah. Yeah, so this Katie Pavlich apparently, or whatever her name is she's been frantically scrubbing her Twitter timeline because there were references to Butina there. So everyone's trying to, oh, that reminds me. Mother Jones has an article. This is actually fascinating. Talk about why journalism is important and why these people hate journalists so much, like Trump. It's because they're so afraid of them, the power of journalism. This one, I think, is by David Korn. And he just put together a timeline of, this is fascinating. Do you remember when, I think it was David Keene, the man she mentions in that clip, he was the president of the NRA, stepped down. It was like last summer. Or no, not last summer. It was like more recently.
Okay.
And Oliver North was promoted.
Yeah.
You know? Oliver North used to run guns, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So he put together the timeline, and Butina was arrested. And then 2 weeks later, this Keene, who had no plans to stepping down, just was like, yeah, I'm going to go spend more time with my family.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then Oliver North was like, even interviewed, he's like, I don't know why I'm been promoted. But like, no, totally this guy was running for the hills. Because he's connected
No,
to
wait,
her.
was this before or after her arrest? Right after her arrest?
It was after.
Okay.
But before the public really knew about it. So I guess somehow word got back to them.
Okay.
And this guy Keene he went to Russia with her. He's all up in this lady's business.
Man, I hope Dana Loesch has too much of that Butina stink on her too. I hope they got something on Dana Loesch.
They are quiet as none of these people are saying a
Of course,
word.
they're saying nothing. No.
Nothing. People who Dana Loesch can't shut the fuck up about anything. But all of a sudden, nothing.
Yeah.
No opinion, Dana? Nothing to say. The person who literally can't stop talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on?
Now, Rolling Stone has a guy that's been after the NRA for quite a while. I want to say Tim Livingston. I might be getting that wrong. But wasn't there a story out just a couple days ago that the NRA might be in some serious financial trouble?
Yeah,
Did you see that?
That I saw that. That is a fascinating story. I've heard the not to use the both sides phrase, but I have heard, both sides. I think there's something to that story. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's because what that story is talking about is the NRA in New York State. They're making it very hard for them to get insurance. Mm-hmm. And if you can't, when you're a gun organization or the gun organization, you can't get insurance, you got big problems.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Right. So I think that story's got legs to it, but I'll be interested to see what happens there.
Yeah, there's more coming from that for that one.
On a personal note, I received my President Donald J. Trump Kim Jong-un commemorative coin.
I have to see. I have not seen the coin yet. I've seen your photos on the social networks.
If you are on the Mueller Time Facebook page, we put it up there, as well as my personal page and Twitter. By the way, some of the comments on the page, some people were a little upset. Guys, just hear me out for a sec. It's a fucking coin with Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un. How do you not buy that, man? How do you not buy that?
Look, I get what people want to fault you for and supporting the regime and all that. I get wanting the absurd trinket. I understand that.
It's fucking insane. Yes. Let me repeat this.
Yeah.
It's a coin with the President of the United States and Kim Jong-un. I don't understand how you don't. You want to hear something better? It gets better. There's 2 more coins coming out. It's on the White House page. Check this out, man.
Did they make a Putin coin?
Yes.
Oh.
There's a Helsinki Summit coin coming.
Is. Okay.
Talk about a collector's item.
Which is the challenge coin they made that actually stands on the end? It's perfectly round. It actually can stand up.
I don't know.
There was one of them that was put out last year like that. It might have been before the inauguration, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's round, but then it's got a base on it. That's what they made the base out of, his EKG looking signature. It stands up.
Nice. I can tell you that they tripled the price of the Kim Jong-un coin that I bought.
Okay, that price fluctuated more than Coinbase because it came out and then the summit was off and it totally dropped in price, and that's when you bought it, if I'm not mistaken.
$20.
They marked it down.
Free shipping.
Look, you're gonna sell that thing for several $100s on eBay one day.
Man, I think I got to keep that thing, man. Unless the price goes up. I'll sell it to Paul Manafort. That's the only person I'll sell it to.
You can't legally sell that to someone in jail.
So there's one more coin. Check this out. They made a commemorative coin for the Space Force.
Oh, already?
Yep. The 6th branch of the military that he says he's going to start. A fucking coin.
Oh, no.
I'm going to have to get that one, too.
Oh, wait. You know what else they have a challenge coin for? The inauguration, Third Eye Blind's performance.
No, wasn't it on 3 Doors Down?
3 Doors Down, sorry.
Come on, man.
Come on. Those 90s bands are all kind of the same.
Don't do Third Eye Blind like that, man.
Are you sure it was not? It was Third Eye. It wasn't 3 Doors.
It was definitely 3 Doors Down.
Not Third Eye Blind.
Positive, yeah.
Okay, then 3 Doors Down has a coin for their inauguration performance.
That's awesome. I actually saw the Third Eye Blind guy the other night at the local bar.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Stephen Jenkins.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, Stephen Jenkins, I apologize to mixing you up with the Verve pipe. I mean, better than Ezra. I mean,
Brad Arnold is I believe the lead singer of 3 Doors Down.
Okay.
I know a lot of, as you do, and a lot of useless.
Mm-hmm. There's a certain subset of 90s bands that I just can't keep straight.
It's fine. Why anyone would agree to play that inauguration is, just even forget about your politics, just on a career level. That is not a good look, man.
Mm-mm.
And that's why no one would play that thing.
Yeah.
There were probably plenty of conservatives or even people who voted for Trump who were like, nah.
Mm-mm.
Where
was Kid Rock? Where was Ted Nugent?
You are absolutely right. Even fucking Ted Nugent wasn't there. He's like, I don't need this exposure.
Oh,
yeah, that was cool, man. I love my coin.
Do we need to talk about Alex Jones?
Yeah. I think that's a good call. Yeah, go. No, you go ahead.
All right. Well, what's your feelings on Alex Jones getting deplatformed? I'm all for it. Now there are freedom of speech issues to be had, and my favorite right-wing nutjob, Ben Shapiro, has been on Alex Jones' defense all day.
Yeah, and I used to be much more of a extreme free speech person than I am now till I learned more about what the fuck I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. First of all, free speech, as everyone knows who probably listen to the show, that's the government. Mm-hmm. That's not about a private company can do whatever they want. Secondly, one of the families from Sandy Hook can no longer visit their own son's grave because of Alex Jones, because of the things he said. They've had to move 7 times. Yeah. So to me, that's like, you're a criminal. You crossed the line. And I don't give a shit.
Look, I'm all for Facebook and YouTube deplatforming him.
Right.
Is that a new term that I learned today? Deplatforming? I think I read it for the first time today, nice. And that's the way to use it. Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire folks have been online on Twitter all day saying how it's a very dangerous precedent and you don't want this to happen because now they just wrote the playbook to go silence anyone they want now. Now, I think he's being way too extreme and over the top. I think Facebook and YouTube absolutely did the right thing. Now, of course, Alex Jones can go write whatever fiction he wants to write, and he can go perform his fiction wherever he wants. But, like, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. At what point can you blur the line between what is news and what is not news?
I totally agree. I get that it's a serious free speech issue. I get that. I get that someone could say that. They could pick this show and say it. But look at it's all about the actions, the real world examples. People are in fear for their lives now because of Alex Jones. This family had to move 7 times. There's other ones too. That's a real world example of a fire in a crowded theater that happened. So I understand what Ben Shapiro is saying, but
okay, but see now Ben Shapiro is setting up a tactic he's going to use in the future. Well, you did it to Alex Jones, so now you have to do it to this person. So the first time someone on CNN gets a fact wrong, whether or not they offer a quick enough retraction, Ben Shapiro will be screaming up and down, no, you have to completely deplatform all of CNN because of Alex Jones.
Yeah.
That's what Ben Shapiro is going to do in the near future.
Yeah, but the trick with all these guys is like in that movie War Games from the early 80s, when at the end of the movie, he realizes the only way to play the game, it's not to play.
The only winning move is not to play.
Exactly. That's how I feel it is with these right-wing grifters. You know, engage at your own peril.
Yeah, I've never learned.
No, I mean, I'll engage them, but I just think like at a certain point, just, you know.
Oh, there was an awesome piece of lazy fact-checking in Daily Wire today. So Daily Wire is running a story about how West Hollywood made the proclamation that Hollywood or the Walk of Fame should remove Donald Trump's star. Okay, well, that's a whole story. We don't have to get into it. But their writer, Cassie Dillon, has the story up about it, and she was aggregating from local CBS 2. Now, in the local CBS 2 article today, they linked to an earlier story about a controversy of whether or not they should get rid of Bill Cosby's star. And this was in 2015. And then this article in 2015 quoted Johnny Grant, who was the honorary mayor of Hollywood. He died in the year 2008. So this 2015 story used an old quote from a dead guy to say this is why we're not going to take away someone's star. So fast forward to 2018, Cassie Dillon puts this quote in the Daily Wire as if Johnny Grant said it today about Donald Trump's star. The guy's been dead for 10 years.
You are the copy editor. You catch the mistakes. I like it. Yeah. Well, that's not a real publication.
No, it's late. Well, it's not a real publication, but they have a massive audience of millions of people.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, our time is, as comedians say, well, that phrase is stupid, but it is our time.
They're giving you the light.
I give myself the light. My name is Eric LeVay. You can follow me on Twitter at EricLevai. I'm
Chris Carey, Low Progressive on Twitter.
Low Progressive. We're also on the Mueller Time Facebook page and, pretty much every other social media platform. If you guys could follow us, also write us a review, especially on iTunes, so we could.
I saw Chris Hayes on MSNBC. He has his own new podcast he plugs all the time. He was begging for 5-star reviews on MSNBC.
See, we have something in common with a great man like Chris Hayes. But the question is, does Chris Hayes personally go after anyone who doesn't, like I do, late at night?
I don't think he's using his massive television platform to attack his trolls.
Please leave us a review. And then if you could, as we mentioned in the last one, just tell 1 or 2 people about the show. the best kind of sale is word of mouth. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.